Okay, is that better now? I forgot. This company really likes things to be really quiet. Hey guys, Hardware Hound here, and today we are looking at a unit from Be Quiet. Now guys, this isn't just a brand name. There's an exclamation point at the end of that phrasing. So they're not telling you what their company name is. They are not asking you. They are telling you, be quiet. So we're actually looking at the Pure Power 11 unit from them. And I'm going to go ahead, guys, and give you just a very short summary of what I think of this unit. And if you kind of want to keep going, then you can from here. But this is almost going to be like my conclusion. To keep you from having to sort through a video to find the information you need, make it simple for you, try and make it easier for you guys. In short, I really feel like Be Quiet has an amazingly just really strong quality unit. The Silent Wings 3 fan is something that, you know, you're not going to see in just any old power supply. Most power supplies are going to grab some mass-produced fan. There was a lot of indications inside stuff that I think we've got top-notch performance, or well, quality and performance from Be Quiet. However, this unit is still running $85 to $90 on Amazon Newegg, and on the estate side of things, that's just not competitive at all on price. There isn't enough features on this unit that are so stand out that I can say, yeah, you should pay the extra 10, 15 bucks you have to pay, or skip on getting something like a 750 watt gold unit, which you can easily do for less than what this guy cost. Now in Germany, I bet these guys would be really competitive where they're made. But here in the United States, that price is going to be the thing that hurts this power supply. Even if it deserves that price because of how much quality it is, how many people are going to be able to see through that and say, well, yeah, I know I'm going to get this. You know, you can't really see the internals of power supply. It would suck if the power supply takes your whole system with it, and maybe then it'd be worth that money. But how do you really know where a power supply is going to do that and where it isn't? So that's kind of the long and short of it. Let's go ahead now. If you want to know why I think that, we're going to go in the details. I'm going to nitpick this guy apart. You can stay with me and let's get into this Pure Power 11. All right, let's take a quick closer peek at this unit here. So obviously the big thing that makes this a Be Quiet power supply is the orange ring on the fan there, and we have a Silent Wings 3 on this unit, so yeah, should be really great for cooling and silence as well. Moving back there, you can kind of see our grill and got what's going on there. Top is very plain. Moving off to the side here, you can see the label, which I know I've got upside down right now. But yeah, you'll probably see this if you have it installed in most cases without a PSU cover. If you put the fan right side up though, you can see this nice little logo here on the side. So I like this side of the power supply better, and I kind of wish this plate was on the other side. But you know, nothing that's like a super huge deal right there. We of course have a semi-modular design, and honestly, I don't really care if we are semi-modular as long as the only at most I have a CPU connection and a 24-pin connection that's hardwired. If that's all I've got, or less than that, like if it's just a 24-pin, which I've seen some semi-modular do that, that's fine. Don't really think it makes a huge difference at that point. It would if you wanted custom cables, but I feel like that's not the average buyer out there. But let's talk about these modular cables now. So for starters, we have this little guy here. I don't know why anybody puts one of these on a cable. I've seen other companies where they will add this as like an add-on, and I'm like, that at least means it's not part of a cable. One thing that Be Quiet does though is they've got this nifty little small 4-pin straight line going on for the part that connects into the power supply, and I really like that. It's very easy to snap in. There's a nice little easy clip here to squeeze so that you can release the catch and it pulls right out. So that's one thing I really love about this. I wish everybody had a design like this, or if they can't, then Be Quiet did a great job owning the market on it. So I like that. But this is the one big complaint I'm going to have here. So we have this PCI Express connection here. And so there we've got more of a normal connection, but we have 2 connectors at the end of one cable. And well, for starters, when I had this baby installed, I couldn't reach this connector in a bigger case to my graphics card, so I actually had to stretch it to this end connector, which means I had this one just floating in space. And so I couldn't even run like this to the top card and this to my bottom card. And that's just one of those minor details that it bothers me. But, you know, I really wish that companies would commit to either having just separated, or at least have a cable that has just one connection on the end, so you can keep these modular cables a little cleaner. I really hate having 2 of these things on the end because there's so many situations where you may not use both connections. But otherwise, we've got the typical ribbon cables. Some people love them, some people hate them. I think most people are actually just, hey, they look cool, so I'm okay with it, versus other people who are, hey, they don't cable manage well, get rid of them. And I would agree that overall, if you can just do all of your cables like this with the black sleeving, black wire, and having the shrink wrap at the end, I think every stock power supply should be this right here across all the cables, so that they look nice and are easy to manage at the same time. And then if somebody wants to do custom, they can do custom that are separate. Let's go ahead, take a peek at the inside of this guy. Now, technically, I just punched a hole in the sticker, so warranty is still good, right? What was that? Wait, oh, you're saying the sticker says if the screw is removed. Oh. I thought it'd be fun to open this guy up and just kind of take a look at the inside here. So everything here looks pretty clean. I'm not going to be the power supply expert that I could be at this point in time, but I'm going to consider delving into stuff more as my schedule permits, if things can keep going in a good direction. But there's one thing I really want to point out and open this guy up. So it does look clean, but I noticed like every one of the coils that are in here, like the larger ones, are shrink wrapped. Now, I looked at that and I thought, that looks different to me. Pretty sure that looks different. And so I checked some pictures, and yeah, it was different. Not everybody does that. I'm wondering if that is a very simple step that can help prevent coil whine. I mean, if it is, then why doesn't everybody do this, right? But it also makes sense why Be Quiet would do this, because they don't want to have any risk of noise. So it's not something that I know, and I could be completely wrong on that, but you know, some power supplies, the only time I'd see them wrap a coil like that is if it was at risk of grounding out and cut really close to other parts. And some of these ones are way farther apart, so that wouldn't be the reason, it seems. So yeah, if it's helping this unit not have coil whine, then that's a pretty cool step. All right, well, let's go ahead and talk about some performance things, details that I discovered, and then we'll be kind of wrapping this review up. I don't have crazy equipment to do infinite testing. I will probably dive into sometimes some voltage control and stuff on my website. I might still consider getting myself an oscilloscope to measure ripple, a USB one, but overall, I mean, we're not going to be able to compete with the bigger sites that have the really good testing equipment. And unfortunately, for a lot of companies, that heavy duty testing is making a lot of companies look like they don't have good units when they actually do. So in the case here though, I did take a look at Johnny Guru, and I wasn't able to find any of the more recent 11 units, but on one of their 10 units, Pure Power 10, I mean, they scored like a 9.5 on the performance side. So there's a really good chance that what Be Quiet is doing here is going to have excellent performance beyond anything that I'd be able to tell with even just a voltmeter and, you know, a USB oscilloscope. So they probably do have some very solid performance there. But that being said, performance is okay. Is going to be probably fine for anybody as long as you're not overdoing your wattage. The fan noise, there was none. I mean, the fan was spinning, but if I had anything going on else in my case, there's no way I could hear this unit power up ever. So got nothing for you on fan noise, like, which is what I would have expected. It's Be Quiet. So without being able to run a completely 0 decibel load on this guy so I could purely monitor the fan, there's no way I could tell. So hey, I'm giving it an A+ for silence. And yeah, had kind of a little pause moment there where I couldn't really think about anything else, and that's because that's all I had. So there you go, guys. I hope this is helpful. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Like and subscribe as always if you want to help me out. And I will catch you later.